A lot happened in March. You know those short stories I was sending out for submission? One of them has been accepted by a publisher. Welcome back to the crypt. I will actually have a lot more information for you guys about that in my next video, where I'm going to exclusively be talking about that and that whole experience and stuff, and I'll give you guys information, and it's very exciting. I just want to confirm a little bit of the linkage and stuff that I'm going to be using with the publisher real quick before I talk too much about it. It is a short story, it's not a full novel. But I'm still really happy. I am getting somewhere, especially considering that that was a major goal for me this year, is just getting some of my short stories out and getting them published, because they're just sitting there for me and they've been ready to be sent out for years and they just need to be sent. I'm really happy about that. I'm facing some of my fears about publishing. I know it's like really small stuff, and like I'm definitely not going to make any money off of this. Let's be realistic. We're not making anything. But the point of it, for me at least, isn't really to be making money off of this. The point is to just start getting stuff out and start facing my fears of having my stuff on a public space for viewing and criticism, and just really facing that. I'm excited about it. It is one of my creepier stories, because of course it is. But it's not too creepy, I don't think. And it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So that was a cool thing that happened. That happened near the beginning of the month, and I was doing contract stuff. Near the tail end of the month here, we are in the editing phase, and I'm supposed to be sending final edits and stuff by first week of April. I have been able to finish a few audibles. Most of them, though, are like nonfiction books and whatnot, so whether or not I'll talk about them here, I will talk about one of them, Artist Way. We'll get to that, but that's because I finally caved and got myself some cordless headphones. So I've actually been listening to audibles a lot more often. Honoring Your Ancestors, I did really enjoy that one. I think that's really, really solid one. Artist Way, though, I did start doing morning pages, or something akin to morning pages. I use it it's a brain dump. Stream of consciousness writing in the morning. The official way is 3 pages. I honestly don't feel like I need 3 pages every day, and also I use this notebook which is actually just a cover. I use this size notebook. I don't know what size this is, y'all. When I'm doing my events, because I have to leave my house so early, I actually do it at my venue, and before kids show up. And that's like this tiny little, I don't even have it with me right now because it's in my bag, but it's a field notes. For me, I've just been using how many pages I need to dump my brain until I have absolutely nothing to say left. And sometimes that does take 3 pages, and sometimes it takes 1.5. I haven't been keeping too religiously strict to it. I kept really religiously strict to 3 pages the first week and a half. And then after that, I was like, you know what? I'm really not happy with how this writing is going, so I'm going to go ahead and switch to what I feel is necessary. So I vary between 3 pages to 1.5 page. I don't know, honestly, I don't feel like I've noticed too much of a change in my creativity or a direct correlation with mental health either. Now, that being said, I do use like my bullet journal for tasks as well as reflections, but my reflections are at key points. So my reflections are at the end of a week, beginning of a week, like to close something up, to wrap things up. And that works really, really well for clearing my head, and I have a lot more clarity doing that. And then for memory logging, it's just one line of memory log a day. And so that's really easy. It's a simple system. The morning pages, I almost feel like it goes on way too long. Even when it's 1.5 pages, sometimes I'm like, I really don't feel like I necessarily need quite this much of this, especially daily. I just don't feel like I need it every single day. I have fountain pens I enjoy using, so it's an excuse to use fountain pens and use up journals that I need to use up anyway. So I mean, I might as well. And it doesn't take me very long, so it's fine. I don't feel like everyone needs it. I've got a lot of thoughts about Artist Way. If you guys are curious about my thoughts on Artist Way in general, please let me know down below. I feel like if you've been on my channel for a while, you might actually have guesses as to my issues with Artist Way. April, I have a little bit of time, which I'm going to try to pre-film for the beginning of May. because I will be overseas with family. So I would like to have all that stuff covered so I don't have to think about it. I'm not taking my computer with me to the States. I'm not taking my camera with me to the States. I'm just taking me. I will be taking like a couple writing supplies, not too much. I'm trying to travel light. I'm excited for that. I'm also nervous. I have not traveled internationally or really heavily traveled at all in 3 years. So kind of nervous about that, not gonna lie. Oh, and there's also flip through coming up. I actually really like the design. Is kind of like Haunted Mansion. I don't know. I had a bunch of vintage stickers and they kind of look haunted a little bit. And then the monthly calendar was kind of like a haunted house motif. So I was like, okay, we're gonna go with that. So purples and haunted house. And so that's April. I think it looks nice. If you're not into that or bullet general stuff in general, that's okay. You can click off here. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you had a really great March, and I'll see you next time. I think we'll use the creepy music for this one.